do it.
Hello everybody and welcome to a special edition episode of A.C.M.G. TV. I am your host, Acmg Josiah, here to provide you with all things anime, comics, movies, and games. We got a chance to talk with Philadelphia Geek Award winner and founder of J1 Studios, Jason Richardson, to discuss the award win as well as the upcoming J1 Con that is coming on September 14th in Philadelphia. So we got a chance to talk to him for a bit and talk about also other projects that he will be working on as well. Now, just to let you know that some of this footage is a bit grainy, possibly due to the fact that we miss sunlight time. But we did want to get this out there to you and, try to make it as quality as possible. But trust me when I tell you, in due time, we will change that. We will make changes and it'll always be for the better. But nonetheless, for the now, let's check out this interview with Jason. And if you see this gentleman, you know what time of the year it is. It is J1 Con time, which means our very own Jason Richardson of J1 Studios and the now Philadelphia Geek Award winner. So how you doing, Jason?
I'm doing well. Doing well as Geek of the Year.
Well, first of all, congratulations, because you've been working, you and the rest of the crew has been working hard to get to this point.
Yeah.
And since, for like, how long has the contest been going on? Because I kept seeing posting of you campaigning and all this stuff for it, and
for the convention or for the awards, like.
Come on, everything over the sun
and everything.
But mostly the awards. Mostly the awards. Tell people who are familiar with the Philadelphia Geek Awards and tell them what it's all about.
All right, just think of it. I'm gonna keep it real simple. Think of it as the Oscars for geek culture. I mean, black tie event, red carpet, like real fancy, like real.
It is the real deal. If you've seen pictures of this thing, it's like they got it all. Everything's backdrop, everything, photos. The 9 is pretty much
tons of press, and they have different categories like streaming media of the year, which the Black Tribbles, we took that one home. Mm-hmm. There's scientist of the year, comic book artist of the year, website of the year, event of the year. There's all different types of things, and then the final one, or what they always say on their site, the most coveted one is Geek of the Year. Mm-hmm. I was blessed to walk away with Geek of the Year.
And from what I was told, that you had almost a speech of the night as well, and you got a standing ovation. So
yeah.
How did you feel about that whole entire? How does it feel like?
I don't remember it. Real talk. I'm gonna put this. Let me tell you. When the Tribbles got theirs, first off, there was a guy who won Game of the Year. Mm-hmm. And we looked and we were like, it's a brother. Mm-hmm. So we were like, there's only gonna be one win. There's only gonna be one win. They're not gonna let everybody win. And I was like, there's no way the Tribbles are gonna win. And then it was just like, boom, Tribbles won. I had to get up with the rest of the Tribbles. We walked up on stage. We were like, thank you, and all that other stuff. And it was crazy. That's when I kind of gave up. So I was like, all right, that's 2 black groups that already won. They're not gonna give a black guy, not saying that they're racist, but you know the luck of the black. You know the luck of the black.
Well, no, it's like when you watch the Oscars, and it's that one year that they just had a row of African Americans, just like when Denzel, Holly, and all that stuff.
Right.
And it's like, whoa, wait, that happened?
yeah, it's unusual. I call it the cinematic rule of 2. You never have more than 2 black characters on a show at the same time. Walking Dead is really good at that.
Smallville?
Yeah, they'll take a black person and kill the other one just so that the other one comes in and
And we get Cyborg.
Yeah. So I was like, all right.
Sad but true.
So I was like, yeah, I thought I was just gonna win it. Then when they said my name, I kind of blacked out. And apparently I walked up on stage, said an awesome speech, got a standing ovation. I was like, all right, cool. I don't remember any of that until I sat down. Once I sat down, I kind of woke up.
Everything contemplated.
Yeah, and then I looked and I had the award in my hand. I was like, oh man, what? I was shocked. And then since then, it's been non-stop press, interviews.
And you've been running, yes, even
I've been
today.
running around. look where we are.
Right. And he's running on a second tank of empty people, so bear with him if you can.
Yeah, well, I haven't slept in
If he anything, I'm not editing it at all. It's all say no. Right, exactly.
And my cousin. But yeah, no, it's been awesome. It's helped a lot with J1Con and bringing more light to J1 Studios, because there's this whole now outside community of geek culture that, because of the awards, are seeing all the things that we're putting together at J1 Studios.
Absolutely.
So,
and it's a long time coming. Again, people, hard work, diligence. This really does pay off. This is the true American dream. This is truly the real American dream, and the fact that I'm able to, be right here in my studio, which kind of, grew out of the whole experience from, comic book convention and then meeting with him, who I actually, hung out with years ago.
Back in the day.
Really didn't know he was getting into this at the fact, but how this whole thing just full circle around is amazing, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. I'm glad to see you, do what you're doing and keep up the good work on that. So, with that said, from this point, it's J1Con. This is that time of the year. And it's funny that you just rolled up the award ceremonies to come right up here. This is why you're not getting any sleep. So, J1Con is coming back this September 14th, and it's in a new location this year. So let's talk about that.
Okay. Well, remember 2 years back, we had the first J1Con. We had it at the Head House Sushi Restaurant District there.
Right.
And we had about 200 people, which was cool for us. We were like, whoa, 200 people? All right, sure.
Right. You've been happy with 30.
I was right. Not really. No. I can't even front on that. I had to cover bills. And there's bills that people don't know. These convention things are expensive.
Well, let's even be broader. Anything that involves promotion is a trip. And people don't understand indie promotions, especially
the promotion package, not even packages, just paying for, I know how to do promotion and stuff like that. Just paying for printing of promotional products, all that other stuff is guaranteed somebody's rent. It's definitely my rent.
Right. Right. And this is the true life indie promotion, what people don't understand. Non-sponsorships at first.
Right.
You're doing things out of pocket and passion. Yeah, pretty much.
That's that separates. Just be real with you. That separates the men from the boys.
Absolutely.
Because there's all these cats who'll say, "Oh, I want to make this comic," or "I want to have this idea," and this, that, yeah. The other thing, it's when things get rough,
and you still want to do it.
You still want to do it.
A
lot of people fall apart when it comes to comic artists. When they are creating a book, they usually fall apart somewhere around page 8 to 13.
Right.
Because they're not ready, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this huge graphic novel." They get to page 8 or 13, and they're just like, I can't.
Without really understanding the ins and outs of it. And it goes a long way, not just from here, but from other industries. I'm a graphic designer, and I'm a web developer, so I do have clientele from my company, from Viewfinders, ISAD. And I come out with some cats the same too, that's like, I want to do this, I want to create this, I want to that. But with no business plan. No strategy at all, no fallout plan. It's just they want this, they see a half-hour episode of something and like, I can make this happen. And when they get to the gist of it, when they come to me and they find out how much I charge, that's when it comes about, that's when the reality is.
The number one thing that, indie people make the mistake with is they see the people who are successful and they see where they're at and they're like, I want to be there.
Yeah.
But they don't realize what they went through to get there.
There's point A, B, C, D, E. They went from A to Z, right?
Right. They think the second they put like pen to paper that they're gonna be the next Jim Lee. They, no, you're not. You're never going to be. Like, just don't even think it.
Now, granted, that's not to say you're not going to be your own person or your own success, but you got to go through steps.
You have to go through the trials first, and people don't realize that, and then they get all butthurt when things don't go the way they expect it to.
You take what you can while you can at the time before you get to that point.
Right. Like, I was starting events, but go back to the con, like before that, we were doing little events for free.
Yeah.
And then I started building up to charge $2 because I was spending money. I was just throwing away money for people to come in free and
just to see what you can do and see what you're about.
So they can know who I am
and know your passion.
Right. Then after that, like it got to the point where we had to do a J1 con, and we charged like it was like $10 or something like that.
Right.
And people came in, like 200 people came. It was awesome. Then the second one,
the one I first went to,
did coverage of,
which I was very impressed. I was like, wow,
that place was way bigger than the place before. Right. So it was really cool.
But just to see people waiting out in the line and people, I was like, oh wow.
Oh yeah, the line went around the around the building.
This is a thing.
I went outside and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a real line. Like people want to come into this thing. And that had about 400 people.
Right.
So we went from 200 people. In the following year, we went to 400 people with this new location. I know some of you saw the walkthrough video. This place is probably like at least 5 times the size, but like 5 times bigger than
what we saw
last year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, the minute I saw it, I was like, oh wow. What is he going to do with this?
Yeah, well, gaming is going to be in its own room, like own room.
He's trying to make me do a lot of work, people. That's pretty much.
He's going to be walking around. Well, he's going to be tired.
Yeah, as if I didn't already have, one kind to do this damn year. He's going to make me do a circuit. So
yeah, that's how it is.
But the difference between this and San Diego is this: I know this person, and I'm going to be enjoying this pretty much because it's like. I know this guy, I know where he started, I know where he was on his path and is getting to that point. It's going to be a great thing.
I'm trying. We're going to just keep moving forward. Last year we had the sound engineer from BioShock there, and the guy behind Play Eternal.
Yeah. And
this year, we're getting Vic Mignogna, who's the voice of Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist.
There you go.
He's Broly in Dragon Ball Z. He's Nagato and like 3 other characters in Naruto.
Which is like one of my favorite voices. I just posted on the page and I'm still playing catch up with Naruto. So I'm at the Pain Saga. I just went past the Pain Saga.
Yeah.
But that voice is just, it sticks to you. I'm like, this is how you do voices.
And he's the second most famous voice actor in the U.S.
Yeah.
The only one above him is Tara Strong.
You mean for anime?
For animation in general.
Okay.
Because the same voices who do this animation stuff are the same voice actors that go over and dub anime.
So you're saying bigger than?
Because he's done stuff for like other cartoons and like that aren't anime. Like he's all over the place. Commercials. You know those like car commercials where it's like someone driving on the highway and there's someone narrating like 35 miles per hour. Blah, blah, blah. He's done a bunch of those, but you would never think of it when you're like Steve Blum was doing the campaign for 7-Eleven. And I was like driving one day, I'm like, is that Spike Spiegel talking about 7-Eleven?
Right.
Like, so these guys, they do more than just anime. So he's gonna be in Philly.
Cool.
He's going to be in Philly.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that, because when you said that and they said it right broadly, I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
So you get the interview.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm gonna make sure of that.
Exclusive.
See? That's what I do. That's what I do for my homies.
I knew A.C.M.G. exclusive people. Right? Well, with that said, so you got video games. You have. You're gonna be showing movies as well. So what movies are presenting here?
We're going to show.
And that's all gonna be in separate rooms as well. I think.
Right. The problem is we have a couple equipment issues, and it's getting kind of too close to game time.
Yeah.
So we might have to take our one. Now we have one projector and one projector screen. We might have to, like, since they're portable, we might have to run it back and forth from with like staff,
right,
from one room to the other.
Right.
I mean, the rooms are kind of right next to each other,
right,
so it's not too bad. But you know, you do what you got to do sometimes. You know.
Exactly.
As long as people get to see their movies, they don't care.
Is now for the gaming portion? Is it just arcade style, or are you actually doing tournaments?
Oh no, we're doing tournaments. We're doing straight up tournaments. We're actually doing the most tournaments we've ever done before, because we're gonna have a Yu-Gi-Oh card battle tournament.
That's right. They do have card and video games, so it's spread out through in diverse ways.
We're gonna have a Pokemon X and Y tournament for the 3DS and 2DS.
Andre.
See, I'm trying to appease everybody.
And of course, your normal fighting tournament.
Yeah, we're gonna have Ultra Street Fighter 4. We're gonna have Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. We're gonna throw in Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma as one of our tournament games, and we're going back in time and having a Super Smash Brothers Melee tournament. So
sort of an upcoming, getting ready for the big one.
Right. We're not even gonna do Brawl or we were gonna do Project M at first, but then there was so much, like, people were actually like sending emails, like hundreds of emails saying, "Hey, can you do Melee? Can you do Melee?" So all right, we're gonna do Melee.
Cool. Thanks again, my man. It's been a pleasure. And next up, J1 Con. We're gonna come in September 14th. So please, definitely come up to.
I don't know. I don't even know where to go. No, I do know where it is. I'm just thinking about how much more work I still have to do in the next 2 weeks. 3801 Market Street. It's going to be Sunday, September 14th, from 12 to 8. If you buy VIP tickets and you're over 21, you can go to the VIP after party that's going to be down front and south.
So over 21?
Over 21. All right.
Okay, cool.
I'm like 1,000, so. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a cosplay burlesque show. You know.
Make sure I'm 21.
Yeah, make sure you're 21 for that. And
got it.
And all the special guests all the celebrity guests that are at J1 Con are gonna be there for you to just straight up hang out with and mingle. We're talking like Vic Mignogna, all that stuff, like actually hang. No interviews and all that stuff will jump off there. You just hanging, just partying with the celebrities.
Shit, you know.
Party with the celebrities. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Making fun.
All right. You heard it here. Now, it's now or never, now forever, people. J1 Con, J1 Studios, A.C.M.G. We're getting out of here. All right. Talk to you soon, guys. Peace out.